Hey guys, it's Maskito here. Now I was planning on, doing my typical thing with Friday Night Rustle, cover a bunch of stories from the last week or so. But there's this one case which I think deserves a show of its own. And of course, it happened in Sweden. Where else would it happen? So it happened quite a while ago, a few months ago, last year. It happened last year. A 12 years old girl was lured into the house of a Somali migrant who at the time was 17. He told her that, he's got sexually explicit pictures of her, and that if she comes to his house, he will give them back to her. Well, when she entered the house, he immediately started beating her up, and as usual when it comes to Somalis, he started raping her. And while raping her, he was punching her and saying, "Black dick is expensive." Now that's pretty fucking triggering, I know. But it gets much, much worse. So he raped this 12 years old girl, and I know you would expect him to be deported, underground. Or at least deported back to fucking Somalia. And if not that, then, at least a really long prison sentence. And what did he get? None of it. He got 180 hours of community service. Wow! What a punishment. Great job, Sweden. Your judicial system is garbage. Jeez. Oh, fuck. Okay. But that's not even the worst thing. That's not even the climax. The climax is that his friends and his family started harassing his rape victim, his 12 years old rape victim, this little girl. Little Swedish girl, 12 years old. I mean, my cousin is 12 years old. She's just a little girl. She still likes toys. And they're harassing her. They're making fun of her. And they even beat her up. Now, obviously, in any sane place on the planet, they would be, shipped off to prison, most likely deported. Oh, but we're in Sweden, so the police don't do nothing. But, if the girl said, nigger, then she would most likely be sent to prison for, I don't know, committing Holocaust or something. So, yes, they're free to do whatever they want. Now, I mean, we all know that the police isn't exactly on our side. We know that they like to beat us up, they like to bring, water cannons when we have peaceful protests, and so on and so forth. But what I'm wondering, does this girl have no father? Does she have no older brothers, no older cousins, no older male cousins? Where are they? Why are they letting this happen? Look, I live in Eastern Europe. You can say whatever you want about Eastern Europe. We're poor. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a shit? Look, the most precious thing that you could have when I get out of my house and I walk through my town without any fear whatsoever, when my female cousins walk around without any fear whatsoever, when all I see are faces like mine, that's the most precious thing in the world. Who gives a shit about money? I don't give a shit about it. I'm poor and I don't mind being poor. Now what I wanted to say. Look, my town has 30,000 people in it. The last time somebody was murdered here was 30 years ago. The last time somebody was raped here, that must have happened in World War II. However, you can say about us Slavs whatever you want. We are Mongols, we're poor. I don't give a shit. If somebody in my town, be it a foreigner or a native, raped a 12 years old girl, and his friends and his family started, harassing that girl, beating that girl up, I can vouch that every single man in my town would get out of his house, drag these pieces of shit on the road, and hang them on a nearby pole. So Swedish men. Oh, okay, by the way, I'm not condoning violence. Okay, I'm totally against violence. I think violence is like, it's a 20th century ideology, and seeing violence, it just makes me sad, and I think it shouldn't really happen. It's 2015. So let's continue. So what the fuck are Swedish men doing? Where are they? Their girls are raped every day. Their children are raped and beaten every fucking day. Where are they? They're probably fucking watching the football, watching the fucking game, or they're on Tumblr, or no no, or maybe they're like protesting labor reforms or some shit like that. Well, their people are being literally fucking genocided. I mean, what the fuck? There's nothing else you can say about it. Swedish men, get off your ass. Stop caring about feelings. Feelings are gay as shit. Empathy, lame. Nobody likes empathy except women. But you're not women, so get off your asses. Seriously. If somebody calls you a racist, who gives a shit? If you lose your career, so what? There are always ways to make money. You gotta make some sacrifices. Seriously. Like, I mean, I assume most Swedish men would, if somebody said, oh, you can't say that. Look, okay, the girl got raped. The little girl got raped. Now, I'm sure that most Swedes would rather keep their television than say, this is fucked up, we need to deport this Somali scum out. Because, if he said the second, he might lose his television. And that's more important after all. Fucking hell, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.